music on the radio. You got no good food coming to you. You got no entertainment.
All delivery services shut down.
Done. Construction done.
Yeah.
Houses done.
Yep.
Nobody's fixing roads. Nobody's taking out trash. Nobody's doing water. Nobody's fixing food, man. This place runs off of us. So they refuse to let us go because they need us too much, man.
Right. And the scriptures say Jacob is the former of all things. You know, because a lot of things that you guys depend on, from your heating system, air conditioning was a big one.
Yep.
If you didn't have Israelites, you guys would have not had air conditioning systems in this place. You know how fucking hot this damn summer was? It would have been a whole lot more dead. So of course they don't want to let us go. It's the same thing in ancient Egypt. Pharaoh didn't want to let us go. They knew we built the motherfucker, man. Israel is the light of the earth, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 34. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord Jehovah of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon.
So now we're beginning to see the turning point, man. Here comes the turning point for the nation of Israel when we begin to get on top. We've heard about all the destruction, all the punishment and pain that the Lord is going to bring upon this place, but there's a turning point and there's good news for us, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 35. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord Jehovah, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed.
I'll read this in keep going on.
Verse 37. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. And a sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed.
Let me read that in NIV. This is Jeremiah 50:35 NIV. Verse 34, I'm going to start. It says, their Redeemer is strong, the Lord, the Almighty is his name. He will vigorously defend their cause so that he may bring rest to their land, but unrest to those who live in Babylon. You see, now it's not speaking in two different lands. It's talking about the ones that dwelling in the truth, dwelling in the secret place, of Yahweh Shem Shah. That's Psalms 91, man. But it says, a sword against the Babylonians, declares the Lord, against those who live in Babylon, against her officials and wise men. All these scientists, all these people that come up with more ways to destroy Jake or destroy the earth, or to inflict more hell and confusion upon people. It says, a sword against her false prophets, they will become fools. A sword against her warriors, they will be filled with terror, man. And we went into that last week on the United States military, on how wicked that shit is, man. Yeah. When these proud ass bitches see a missile falling on their head, man, you think they gonna have time for twerking? Yeah. Patting they fucking weave when the missiles falling? No, man. It's utter terror, man. You gonna pull your hair out.
Yeah, that's right.
It says, a sword against her false prophets, they will become fools. A sword against her warriors, they will be filled with terror. A sword against her horses and chariots and all the foreigners in her ranks, they will become weaklings. A sword against her treasures, they will be plundered.
So that means every single thing of this Babylonian kingdom is going to be a destruction and a weapon that's going to take it all down.
It's perfect.
All his armies is gone, all the houses, all the families, all the homes, the economy, all of that. It basically listed all of that's going to be destroyed. The politicians, the presidents, governors, all destroyed, man.
All the precious things they stole too,
I got a preset.
Go ahead, bro.
Revelation 18 verse 10 or verse 9. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city. Everything, man, from east coast to west coast, man. Think of all these big ass cities, man. Houston, Dallas, LA,
right?
All this shit, right? It says, man, I lost my place. It's like, I hate when I do that. Revelation 18, verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Right.
1 hour, man.
Right.
That's all it's gonna take. That's how fast it's gonna take to knock off everything. It's a total economy to crash,
Right.
and all those countries are gonna be crying.
Yeah.
Why? Because we talked about it earlier. They profited off of the slavery of us, man.
Right.
Still to this day, I mean, look how many goods is made in China. You know, and who's
Yeah.
consuming all these goods? It's niggas, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'll finish it off like this. Jeremiah 50, verse 39. Therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the owl shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever. Nothing shall it be dwelt from generation to generation.
Right.
Nothing new.
Things like owls, dragons,
Yeah.
those are particular, what you call desert animals. Those are animals that are there when there's absolutely nothing there.
Mhm.
You know, those animals can thrive in very harsh conditions where there's no life.
John.
That's right. Can you run back verse 38 again, bro?
Jeremiah 50, verse 38. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols.
Yeah, there's a lot of droughts going on too right now. A lot of people losing water and things like that. A lot of waters being poisoned or undrinkable. Look what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi. Flint water crisis still going on.
Yeah. They just brought it out in Chicago too, man. Their lead levels are 73 times higher than the limit, man.
Damn.
You know, they're not doing shit about it. And it's all in Jake neighborhood. When they looked at the map, the heat map, it was all the south side Chicago, it was all the north, all the areas where Jake was in.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
And it says, verse 40, Jeremiah 50, verse 40, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there. And we all know how that went out, man.
Right.
So when you read ancient history, nowhere does it say Babylon went out by fire raining upon it, man.
Right.
No great destruction. People are still dwelling in the land of Iraq to this day, man. So we made the same points earlier in the video, but the Most High is just that detail.
Right.
He's making it clear that there's no other way that this place is going out but thermonuclear fire.
Right.
That's right. Yep. It's fire and brimstone rain down from heaven, and brimstone, one thing it is, it's very toxic. You can't just pick that shit up, man.
Yeah.
Because of the land that they believe is Sodom and Gomorrah today, they still found fragments of shit there.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's from space, you know, and it's extremely highly flammable.
Right. This air and friction causes it to ignite.
Damn.
You know, it's like come down in the atmosphere, things basically flaming rocks.
God. So that means that's how this place is going to be. And when you look up thermonuclear radiation, it's the same concept. You get too close to it, what? You can fucking die, man.
Yep.
Shit can kill you.
Yep.
And if you know anything about radiation or experience it, you can feel heat. You feel your skin burning from it.
I'm gonna read verse 41 through verse 46 in the NIV. Jeremiah 50 verse 41 in NIV. It says, "Look, an army is coming from the north, a great nation, and many kings are being stirred up from the ends of the earth." See, it's a great army from the north,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the other nations are joining in, man.
Right.
When you read, I believe it's Jeremiah 51, it goes into the actual players in that. It lists them. But it says, it's like in verse 42, it says, "They are armed with bows and spears. They are cruel and without mercy. They sound like a roaring sea as they ride on their horses. They come like men in battle formation to attack you, daughter of Babylon."
Hey, look at the UN, man. The UN troops that they got coming, they'll have no mercy. There's horror stories of what they do when they go to other countries, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's gonna be
Right.
bad, and Russia's not gonna give damn at all, man.
Mm-hmm.
They watching all these twerk videos and things that's going on over here, man. All these other countries, they watching.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, every nation already knows America has become a liability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a matter of time when we make our move to get rid of this bitch.
Okay.
Right.
That's how the other nations are looking at this place.
Yeah. And it said, oh, it's like yeah, you got it.
So like I was just gonna say, because there's a reason why the scriptures characterize America as that whore, which is this carefree woman. You know, she's dressed in red. She's got a gold cup in her hand with jewels on. She's making a mess everywhere, man. She's causing all kind of problems. You know, and eventually those 10 horns that the scriptures speak about, they're gonna get tired of her, man.
That's right.
That's why it says they're gonna burn her with fire, burn the whore with fire, man. You know?
That's right. And I got one precept to back up what bro said here. He referred to the horns. This is the book of Revelation 17 and 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
Right. Yep. It said these are gonna hate the whore, man. If you know to understand the breakdown of what the 10 horns are, those are basically the 10 European Edomite nations. All right. You can't look at the current how all the countries in Europe are drawn out today, or how many nations are in NATO, quote unquote. But there's 10 particular kingdoms.
Okay.
All right, that came out of the Western Roman Empire.
I got the list here. One, you got Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy.
Now those first ones, those two happen to be countries with landmarks today, right? But they're still a people.
Right. You got Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece, Ireland, England, and West Germany. Okay.
Yep. Right. So you got the Netherlands, and then you have West Germany. So the Netherlands are like what modern day, what they used to call Holland, which that's right up above Northwest Germany. So you got that. You basically got Germany, basically Western Europe. When you look at it on the map, it's essentially Western Europe. When you get towards east, towards like Poland, that's where you get to Togomar and Gog and Magog in that area.
Yeah.
Biblically speaking, but when you look at the map today, it's all confusion.
Yeah.
But when it's talking about them 10 horns, just know that it's talking about these Western European nations.
Yeah, and they
At
gotta
all.
be differentiated, because just as how they're saying they're different tribes of Israel, you got different tribes of Edom.
Right. That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Kind of.
The American Edomites and the Temanites in Germany, they not in the same tribe.
Right.
That's right. And all of those horns are on the great red beast, the red dragon reference in Revelation 17:1.
Right.
Okay, and that's symbolic. It's not talking about an actual red dragon is going to come just destroying the earth. No, it's symbolic to the kingdom of Esau. Okay, and basically, all those nations, they make up NATO, that's the beast that's referred to. Okay, and we can go back and start finishing up Jeremiah.
Time. Jeremiah 50 verse 43 in the NIV. It says, "The king of Babylon hath heard reports about them, and his hands hang limp. Anguish hath gripped him, pain like that of a woman in labor. Like a lion coming up from Jordan's thicket to a rich pasture land, I will chase Babylon from its land in an instant. Who is the chosen one I will appoint for this? Who is like me, and who can challenge me? And what shepherd can stand against me?
Right.
Therefore hear what the Lord had planned against Babylon, what he had purposed against the land of the Babylonians. The young of the flock will be dragged away. The pasture will be appalled at their fate." It says, "At the sound of Babylon's capture, will the earth will tremble, its cry will resound among the nations."
Right. And at this point, man, if you still think this is talking about ancient Babylon, you slow, man.
Right, because none of that happened to ancient Babylon. None of that.
It's not even possible. All the things that are being prescribed that's going to happen to Babylon, nothing close has ever happened to that to the ancient city, man. This is all get ready to happen.
That's right. And then that noise, that great noise of the taking of Babylon's move,
Yeah.
that's the bomb, man.
Yeah.
What bombs? It's gonna be so loud, man. You have a sonic boom when a jet flies and breaks a sound barrier, but you're gonna have those going on, missiles breaking the sound barrier, and the explosion in itself. The whole earth is gonna hear it, and the earth itself is gonna shake and move, man.
Yeah.
You You know, from those couple explosions where they blew up those pipelines down there, they said that created like a 2.8 magnitude earthquake or some shit like that. That's just from that. Imagine when missiles and nukes hit, man. The whole earth is going to shake to and fro, man. Every mountain in Scripture says is going to be moved out of its places.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And with everything that's going on in the world right now, you can see that it's coming close, man.
Right. Scriptures talk about the rocks, the land itself is going to melt. That's why it's called a lake of fire, man.
That's right.
It's going to literally be able to just melt pure mountains, rocks, everything. You know? So a lot of these lands are going to be moving. Different lands, islands going to pop up.
That's right. These continents will never look the same, man. You're going to have to have a whole new map after this is done and over with.
For sure.
You know? But the Lord's will, this class we had is edifying. Just want to go into it based on what's going on in the world right now. And young brother's going to give the precepts. Close it out. With that, we're going to close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
I want to give double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone and taught his truth and rule well. And salutations to you who collect, which is truth and honest sincerity. Shalom, above the ball.
Shalom, above the ball.